Hello everyone. Today we're learning Bobekama Daf Samechei. 4 lines down, Gufa, we learned Omar Rav, Karen Kein Shagonav. That we said it says Chaim and Gneva, so we say Achille Karen Kein Shagonav, so you have to pay, if a Ganav steals, he needs to pay the Karen, the capital, like time when he stole it. When he stole it, Tashlumi Kefel, but the double that he needs to pay, a Ganav has to pay Kefel. V'tashlumi arba v'chamisha, if it's an animal or shoyer and he shecht it or he sold it, arba v'chamisha k'shas hamoda b'din, like when they take him to Bezdin, like later on. Says the Gemara, my time in the Rav. What's the source of Rav? Where does Rav get this thing? On Markro Gneva v'chaim, it says in the Torah, Gneva, stealing and alive. And my Komar Rachmona Gneva v'chaim, why did the Torah tell you this? It's coming to teach you Achye lekeren ke'en shegonav, liven up the keren ke'en shegonav. That means if the price went down, you have to pay the higher price like when he stole it. Omar Rav Sheishes Amina, I said Kinayim v'shochiv Rav, when Rav was half asleep, Omar lahosh ma'itza, he said this din, because this din makes no sense, and therefore he must have said it when he was half asleep. The Tanya have a price and all like Rav, Chusha ve'ishmina, someone stole animal that was weak and now it's fat. Mishalem tashlumi kefel, he pays the kefel, v'tashlumi arba v'chamisha ke'ein shegonav. He doesn't pay, so at the beginning it was weak. Let's say it was worth 10 pounds, and after, when it comes to Bezdin, it was fat now, and it's worth 20 pounds. So how much kefel and how much arba v'chamisha does he pay? Ke'ein shegonav, it says clearly in the Brisa. And we said that Kefel and Dalet Vehei is Kshas Hamoda Bedin. So the Gemara Amri, so the Gemara Teretz, Mishum de Omalei, Ano Patimna, Vat Shokalt. Over there it's a different case because it was weak and then he made it fat, he fed it with good food, the Ganev. So therefore the Ganev says, I made it fat and then I should pay you double on what I made you fat. I'm only going to pay you how much the value was when it was at the beginning, when it was before I made the fat, like B'shas Agneva. Toshma, I have another ayah, come and listen. Shmeinu ve'ikhisho was fat and it became weak. Mishalem tashlumi kefel v'tashlumi arba v'chamisha kein shegonav. So it was fat, it was worth 20 pounds. And now B'shas, when we call the Ganev, it's weak and it's worth only 10 pounds. So he says he pays kefel and tashlumi arba v'chamisha kein shegonav. Like the high value B'shas Agneva of 20 pounds. And we said before that it's b'shas hamoda bedin, that kefer and dalet vehei. So the Gemara awesome nami also over there mishum damrinalei, we tell the Ganev malikot lekula malikot lepalga, you made it weak. So what's the difference to me if you killed it half totally or you killed it half? If you killed it totally, you'll have to pay me the full amount that was worth 20. So now you killed it half, you made it weak, you didn't give it food, or you made it overwork, and now it's worth only 10. That's your fault. You made it go down in value. So therefore, you have to pay the higher value like the Shas Agneva. Kiko Marav, when did Rav speaking about Beyukur v'zula udekoma, when the price went up or down in price, but nothing to do with the Ganev feeding it a lot of food that became fatter or not feeding it properly that became skinnier. He was talking about, we're talking about the same animal, just the price in the market changed. Echidomi says, what's the case? At the beginning it was worth 1 zuz. Now when it comes to Bezdin, it went up in price 4 times and it's worth 4 zuz. Keren kein shegonav, you need to pay the keren kein shegonav, that means only 1 zuz. That he pays 1 zuz and then the kefel he pays 4 zuz. Leme plige de Rava de Rava, or Rava and Rabba choylek. The Omar Rabba said, this man who stole a barrel of wine from his friend, at the beginning it was worth 1 zuz, and at the end it was worth 4 zuz. Now he broke this barrel of wine when it was worth now 4 zuz, or he drank it. Mishalem dalet, he pays 4. If it broke by itself, Mishalem zuza, he pays only 1 zuz. So L'chora over here it says clearly, the Rabbah holds that when he broke it, now he's doing the gzeila, and now he has to pay 4 zuz, and we said that he paid like Shas Agneva, Rav said. So Rav and Rabba Choylek. Amri said the Bnei Yeshiva, the Gemara, Kikama Rav, when did Rav speak? Rav spoke a different case. Kigoin the Mikor Shavi Dalet. At the beginning it was worth 4. Ulebasoif Shavi Zuzah, and the price went down in the market, and the value of a barrel of whatever he stole is worth only Zuz. So then he said, Karen Ken Shagonav, you pay the Karen, the capital you pay 4. Tashlumi Kefel v'Tashlumi Arba v'Chamisha K'Shas Amodu B'Din. But the Kefel and the double that he pays only like the lower value of 1. So he'll pay 4 capital, and then Kefel he has to pay double, but only K'Shas Amodu B'Din he pays another 1. And if Arba v'Chamisha he also pays like Shas Amodu B'Din. So it comes out the Rav spoke specifically in a case where the price went down, and not that the behemoth became fat or skinny, and talking about changing prices and prices going down. Tony Rab Chanina L'Siyur L'Rav. Rab Chanina has a brisa to bring a raya to Rav. It says such a case. Balabai Sheton Tanas Gana Bepikod. Someone who was a shoyma chinom, that he's part of a gneva aveda, and he said that the pikodim, the thing that he was keeping, it got stolen. V'nishba, he made a shvur that it got stolen. V'hoida, and then he was moida that he stole it himself, and he made a shvur l'sheker. Uboy Edim, and afterwards Edim also came to say that he stole it. So what did din? If he was moida before the Edim came, so he has to pay Mishalem Keren, the capital, because that's what he stole, what he didn't give back as a shoyma. V'choymesh, and a fifth, v'osham, and a korban osham, because there is a din that someone who makes a shvur l'sheker, a lie of a shvur to save money from, to pater himself for money, and then his moide needs to pay a fifth more to the owner, plus a korban osham. If after Edim came that to say that he stole it, then he agreed and said, yes, I actually stole it, Meshalem Tashlumi Kefel, he has to pay also Kefel because Edim came. Before he didn't pay Kefel because Moide B'Knas Potter, and it's a Knas Kefel. So Meshalem Tashlumi Kefel, Ve'osham, and he has to bring a Korban Osham because he was Moide that he made a Shvur L'Sheker. V'chumsha Oy Loi Loi B'Kfei. And the Choymesh is part of the kefel. You don't have to pay a choymesh. Normally a person who makes a shvur l'sheker has to pay a fifth extra. Here the kefel is instead of the choymesh. And let's see Rashi. Divrei Rabbi Yaakov. This is the shittus of Rabbi Yaakov. Let's see Rashi. Meshalem kefel v'osham v'choymesh olo b'teiche kefel. Shar choymesh labaylimu v'u shokal. He took already the kefel. V'al kochoch, and he must be talking about hodder of Yaakov b'sheshovim ke'echod. That's worth the same value, a choymesh, the fifth, v'akefel kumari, that it must be that the kefel, the double, and the fifth is worth the same. Why? If the kefel is more than choymesh, like a normal case, lav chumsha ave, it's not choymesh, it's kefel, it's not choymesh, it's not fifth. V'loi miftah, the mishalem choymesh, the choymesh kapara, the shvur, you need to have, to be mechaper for a shvur l'sheker, you need to pay a fifth. And if he was talking about a normal case where he stole an item that's worth £1, and now the case happened that they caught him and he was moida after Edim came, and now he has to pay capital 1, kefel another 1, choymesh is 25 cents. It's not 1, so how is he yotze choymesh? It must be talking about a case where the value changed. We're going to see in a second, and it will be a raya to Rav. But let's see exactly the case. But let's see first finish a brisa. The Chachomim argue, and they say Beroishoi v'chamishosoy. It says in the pasuk, I'm going to read the pasuk. This is the few Rashi's pshat. V'yisvadu eschatosham asher osu v'eshev esashoma beroishoi. First he pays off his osham. That means the capital. V'chamishosoy, then he pays the fifth. So the Rabbanon learn, if all he pays at the beginning is the capital, then moisif choymesh, then he has to add in a fifth. In a case where he doesn't pay only the capital, he pays more than the capital. Like here, that he pays double. And moisif choimish, you don't have to give this choimish a special chiddush of the Torah. Okay. Rab Shimon Oima ben Yochai Oima. Rab Shimon argues on Rabbanon. They hold Rab Shimon Yochai Rashbi HaKodesh says Ein choimish v'oshom mishtalem b'mokom sheyesh kefel. That if you pay kefel, not only you don't pay choimish, you also don't give the oshom. So we have here three shittus. We can explain a second outside. Rabbi Yaakov holds that if the choimish and the kefel is the same value, we're going to explain soon how that's the case. So you potter from the choimish. Chachamim say, if there is kefel, you don't have to pay choimish. We don't care if it's the same value or not. And Reb Shimon Yochai says, even osham, the korban, you also don't have to do when you have a kefel. So the Gemara, Ktoni Mias, it says here, choim she'oilo b'kfeiloi, divrei Rabbi Yaakov. Rabbi Yaakov holds that the kefel counts also as a choimish. Eichidomi, what's the case talking about? Ilei medimikor shavye daled, at the beginning was worth 4, the item that he stole. Uvasoif shavye dal arba, now it's still worth 4, the item he stole. How can you tell me chom she'oilo b'kfeiloi, that the choimish and the kefel is in one payment? Kfeila arba, kfeila, the double he needs to pay is 4. The choim shezuzah, and the choimish is the 5th, is only 1 zuz, because when a 5th of 4 is 1, why is that? L'chora, you're going to tell me it's a quarter, it's not 5th. When we say choimish, it means after you pay everything, it's going to be a choimish. So 4 plus 1, so it's 5. So that 1 is a choimish, is a 5th of the whole 5. That's how you calculate the choimish. So it doesn't make sense that that's the case. It was worth 4 and it's still worth 4, because then it can't be the same price. Elolav, it must be talking about the mikor shavi arba. When he stole it, b'shas hagneva was worth 4. Ule basoif, at the end, when we come to Bezdin, shavi zuzah, it's only worth 1 zuz. The kfeila zuzah, that the kefel is zuz, because like Rav's chiddush, when the price goes down, the kefel is only kishas amoda bedin, and therefore the kefel is 1. V'chum shei, and how much is a choimish on 4 that he tried stealing is also zuzah, like we explained before. Therefore, we say chum she'oilo b'kfeila, the kefel and the choimish is the same amount, and therefore he doesn't have to pay the choimish. Alma, we could see from here, keren kein shegonav, that the keren you pay like you stole 4, but tashlumei kefel, but tashlumei dalet vehei is kishas hamoda bedin, like it's worth now. So l'chor, it's a clear raya to Rav's chiddush. Omar Rava, no. Lo ilom demikor shavi arba. At the beginning when he stole it was worth 4. Ve'ashtonami, and now when we come to Bezdin shavi arba, it's still worth 4. Vedekokashia, you had a shaila on that. Kfeila, daled, the kefel of 4 is 4, the chumsha, and the chumsha of 4 is zuzah, is 1 zuz. So how are we talking about, how is choimish and kefel the same amount? And here we're talking about kigoin shnishba v'choza v'nishba arba pa'amim. Reuven was tevei Shimon. He told him, you owe me 4 zuz. And Shimon said, no, I don't owe you. And he made a shvur. Then Reuven told him, you owe me 4 zuz. And he made another shvur. And then he told him, you owe me 4 zuz. And he told him again. 4 times this happened. And every time he said, no, it never happened. And he made a shvur. So he's chai 4 times choimish. And then at the end he agreed that all these times he made a shvur l'sheker. And the Torah says a special chiddush, v'chamishisov, loshen rabim, lots of choimish, a Torah ripso chamishiyos arba bekeren achas, that in one capital of 4 zuz, there could be many times choimish if you made many shvuos. So if you made 4 times a shvur l'sheker on 4 zuz, so he has to pay 4 times choimish. How much is 4 times choimish? Each time choimish is 1 zuz, so 4 times choimish is 4 zuz, and kefel is also 4 zuz. So that's why in such a case you don't have to pay choimish, because by paying the kefel it also counts in as choimish. But really, maybe in a case where the price went down, really maybe the din is not like Rav that he said that karen kein shegonav and arba kefel v'dalet v'hei kishas hamoda bedin. Okay, so we don't have a raya to Rav. Now we're going to go back to this brisa that we learned about the chomish and the osham. Omar Mar, we learned v'chachamim oimrim b'roishoi v'chamishisoi, that we learn from their moment amishtalim b'roish. If you only pay the capital moisif chomish, you have to add on a fifth. Moment she'ein mishtalim b'roish. If you don't only pay the capital, you pay more. Ein moisif chomish. You don't have to pay the capital of the fifth whatsoever. It doesn't matter if the fifth of the kefil are the same. Even if they're not the same, you don't pay chomish. Aval osham maisi, but osham you do have to bring the korban osham. Praktisch asig more shaila. Why don't you pay chomish? We said it says that only if you pay the capital then you pay chomish, but if you pay more than the capital don't pay chomish. Osham nami loy osham, you should also not have to bring a korban, like Rab Shimon ben Yochai says. Nami loy mishalem should also not need to bring dog. See if it said in the pasuk beroishoy, and that means the capital v'chamishisoy, and then afterward it says v'esashomoy. You continue the pasuk and it says and his osham. So l'chorah we should say that when you pay only the capital, then you pay chomish a fifth and the korban osham. But when you don't pay only the capital, like a ganav that pays kefel, not only you potter from the fifth, you should also be potter from the Hashomer, because that's a continuation of the pasuk. So why does Chachomim hold that chomish you're potter from, but the Osham you chayev? Licha Rabbanon will tell you the word es paske kro, since it says in the pasuk. So S is coming to separate, to tell you that you don't, the Osham is separate. Osham you always bring. But Chomish is toile, if you pay only the capital, or if you pay double, you don't have to pay Chomish. Rab Shimon ben Yochai, he argues and he says, right, that also the Osham you be potter. He says, Ve'es, because it says S together with a Vav, and Vav is Moisif al Inyan Rishon, Arvei Kroi, mixed it. It means to say together with the chomish you potter if it's a kefel, if it's not only the keren. Also, osham you'll be potter. You only chayv osham if you only pay the capital. Rabbanon don't agree with this vav. Loy lichter v'rachmona loy vav v'loy es. Don't write not vav and not s, and then we know that osham has the same thing as chomish. Why did the Torah add in ve'es? It's coming to tell you that it's separate. That has a din that's nothing to do with the capital, and you always have to bring a korban osham. Rab Shimon Yochai Omalecho, he'll tell you at es loy sagya de loy kosav. Needed to write s to separate it. Why lafsuke to separate bin momon govoya le momon edyoit, to tell you that there's a different, that the chomish you pay to the guy you stole from. That's momon edyoit. It's between people. But the osham is to Beis Hamikdash, that's Momon Govoya, it's Momon to Hashem. That's why the S is separating, just to tell you that it's two different types of payments. Hilkach also Vov, that's why the Torah added on a Vov to say Ve'es, to tell you Arvei Krot, to mix it up. But Legabe paying, you only have to give the Osham and the Chomish only if you pay the capital. But if the payment is more than a capital like Kefel, you don't pay not the fifth and not the Korban Osham. Omar Rabbi Loi said, Gonav tle, someone stole a baby sheep. V'nasa island, it became a ram, became a big sheep. Egel, a baby ox. V'nasa shorim, became an ox. Nasa shinu biyodoi v'konoi. Now, because they became adult, that's called a shinui, and now it's his. So the ganav becomes his. So let's just explain. If someone steals an item and now he changes this item into a different type of item, this item doesn't belong anymore to the first owner, it belongs to the ganav. And then when he has to pay the one who stole it from, he only has to pay the money, but the item itself becomes his. Tovach u'mochar, so now this cow became an adult, or the sheep became an adult, so we said it's called a shinui, that they became an adult and now it becomes a ganev. And now if he slaughtered it or sold it, he's not chayev the special chiddush of the payments of 4 and 5 times the capital, because now it's his cow, it's his ram, so we shechted his ram, he's not chayev anything, so he'll only be chayev the capital and the kefel and the double for stealing. But you won't be chayav the extra special chiddush for stealing, for slaughtering and selling it, because he's slaughtering and selling his own animal. Esiver Rab Chanina le Rabbi Lo. Rab Chanina asked the shaila to Rabbi Lo. Says in the brisa, Gonav tle v'nasa ayil. Someone stole a baby sheep and now it became a big sheep, a ram. Egel, a baby cow, a baby ox, v'nasa shor. V'shalem tashlumi kefel. He pays kefel double v'tashlumi arba v'chamisha if he slaughtered it or sold it. Ke'en shegonav, for the same value as he stole it. No other value as a big animal, as a baby animal. And if you want to tell me he was koiner it by that the animal became big, that's called shinui maisa, and it becomes the ganevs b'shinui from becoming old. Amay mishalem, why does he bichlal need to pay the payment of 4 and 5? He's slaughtering his own animal, he's selling his own animal, like we said before. Rabbi Lo's chiddush. Why would he have to bichlal pay Daled Vehe? He shouldn't have to pay, should only pay kefel. Omalei, so Rabbi Lo told Rab Chanina, Ve'elomai, so what do you want to tell me? Shinu loy koni. So you want to tell me Shinu is not koina, and therefore it doesn't become the ganevs by that time became a mature adult animal, and therefore when he slaughters it he has to pay because it's still chayfetz and ignav. Frekt Rabbi Lo, if that's the case, amay mishalem kein shegonav. Why, if there's no shinui, why should he pay kein shegonav? Why should he pay as if he's for the price that when he stole it there was a baby and small? Shalem keashte, he should pay the dalet vehei like now, because it's still in Rishus HaBailim. It still belongs to the Bailim, and he slaughtered the animal that's a big animal, that's an adult. So why do they pay kishas agneva? Omalei. So Rab Chanina told Rabbi Lo, Ki ashto eine time dilo mishalem. I'll tell you why he doesn't pay like now and he pays like shas agneva. Mishum de Omalei, because the ganev tells the owner of this animal, Turagan v'minoch, Dichragan v'minoch. Did I steal from your ox? Did I steal from your ram? I stole from your baby animal. I'm going to pay you 4 times a baby animal. Why should I pay you a big animal? Doesn't make sense. I never stole a big animal from you, adult. So Omalei, Rabbi Lo told Rab Chanina, Rachmona Nitzlon, Rachmona should save you ma'adaita from your svara. Your svara makes no sense. I don't like your svara. It still belongs to the ganev, so therefore now he slaughtered it. He slaughtered a big animal. He should pay 4 times a big animal. Omalei, so Rab Chanina told Rabbi Lo, Adarabah, Rachmona Nitzlon, no, the opposite. God should save you, midati dudoch, from your shitta. You don't make no sense. Shinui is not koina. We have a clear brisa. So they obviously didn't very much agree. Matkif lo Rab Zera. Ask Rab Zera Shaila. V'nikninu b'shinui Hashem. Very good. You not coiner it. Okay, Rabbi Lo says the chiddush you coiner it because it's a new type of behemoth. It was a baby, now it's an adult, and Rabbi Chanina doesn't agree. But in her, we should agree that it should be coiner. Very good. You shouldn't be coiner because it became big, because it's the same animal, but it's a new animal. It's a new name it has. It was called a calf, and now it's called a cow. It was called a baby sheep. I don't know how you say in English, and now it's called a ram. So Shinui Hashem, it's called. This item has a new name to it. If it has a new name, it should be called Shinui Hashem. It's a new name, and a new name makes a Shinui Rishus that makes it become the Ganev. So why did it say in the Brisa that you still have to pay Dalet Vehei? Omar Rava told Rava Teretz, Shor ben Yoimoy, an ox when it's only 1 day, Shor, he's already called a Shor, so it's not really called a Shinui Hashem because already when he's 1 day old, when he's just a baby, he's already called an ox. Ayel ben Yoimoy, a ram that's only 1 day old, Kor Ayel is already called a ram. And we're going to bring a raya from the Psukim. Shor ben Yoimoy Kor Shor. How do we know that ox that's only 1 day old is called the ox? Tichsiv Shor Kesev Eiz Ki Volet. A ox or a sheep or a goat that was born. What do you mean? Why is there an ox if he was born? It should be a calf. Elamai, we could see that the word ox Shor is also applicable when he's 1 day old. So therefore, it's not called Shinui Hashem. Ail ben yoimoy kor ail. How do we know that sheep that's 1 day old is called a ail? Tichsiv eile tzoncha lo yochalti. Yaakov Avinu told Lavan, a Rasha, I never ate any of your rams. So we say, Eilimu lo yachal wa, he never ate adult sheep, aval kvasim ochal, he ate baby sheep. Does that make sense? Yaakov Avinu stole a baby sheep and ate them while he was a ganev. Elolav, it must be, Shmamino, we could see from here, Ail ben yoimoy, a baby ram, Kore Ail is called the ram. So therefore there's no Shinui Hashem. Said the Gemara, Mikol Mokom Kashya, it's still a Shaila on Rabbi Loy. Rabbi Loy Shitta that said that by changing the body, it's a Shinui Maisa, and he's coiner it. There's a Mefurish Braisa that says that he still paid Dalet Vei. What will Rabbi Loy say on this? Omar Rav Sheishes, says Rav Sheishes, Homoni, who is this Braisa? Beishamai. This Braisa is Beishamai. The Amri Shinui Bim Koimo Yoimedes, Veloi Koni. That Beishamai hold that Shinui is not koina. That when someone does a Shinui in a Chayfetz, it doesn't make a kinyan. We took it as an obvious thing that if someone stole something and he changed it, someone stole a piece of wood and made a chair out of it, it's a shinui, and now it becomes a ganivs. No, Bishamai argues on that. Bishamai holds shinui no koina. So this price that says that you need to pay abor v'chamisha even though there was a shinui and it became an adult, it's Bishamai holds shinui, it's not koina. So then obviously that's pshat, why you still have to pay abor v'chamisha. The Tanya that we learned in the Braisa, Nosan lo be'es nono, someone gave a woman for relations, for forbidden relations. He paid her animal, or not animal, chitin, wheat, v'asot on soiles. And now we know that payment for immoral things like relationship can't be brought up to Beis HaMikdash on the Mizbeach. It's called Esnan Zoina. So if someone gave a woman as a payment chitin, wheat, v'ason soilish, and she made it into flour, zeisim, he paid in olives, v'ason shemen, v'asoson, and the woman made it into oil, and Novim someone paid her grapes, v'asoson, and she made it into yain, into wine, tonechoda osa. In one brisa it says it's osa, the tonechoda, and in the other brisa it says it's mutter, to bring as a korban. Rav Yosef explains, Toni Gurion de Masperik, the brisa of a person called Gurion, who comes from a place called Amasperik, that Beishamai Oisrim. Beishamai say, even though that there was a Shinu Maisa, he made the olives into wine, he's still also, because Shinu Maisa is not koino. Besilel Matirim. And Besilel hold, it's mutter. Because now it was a Shinu Maisa, now it's not anymore olives, it's olive oil. So it's a Shinu Maisa. So now anymore, it's not anymore called the payment that she got. It's a new item that's over here, and therefore you can bring it to the Mizbeach. So that's pshat in this brisa before that we said that you have to pay abor v'chamisha even though that the animal had a Shinu Maisa and it became an adult. It's because it's Shittas Beishamai. Thank you very much.